I finally tracked down one of the men responsible for killing my comrade's family. When he begged for mercy, I didn't hesitate for a second. I jumped in my truck and took off. The police immediately issued a statewide manhunt, and 3 cruisers were right on my tail. I tried to lose them, but the moment I rounded a bend, I saw a roadblock set up ahead. They opened fire on the pickup, but by the time they rushed up and yanked open the doors, I was already gone. Fighting through the pain, I fled deep into the mountains. I spotted a cabin in the woods, broke the lock, and went inside to treat the wound on my arm. I grabbed 2 flares and a couple of lithium batteries. By then, the police had already brought in K9 units to search the mountain. I pulled out a map, quickly mapped out an escape route, and then pushed farther into the wilderness in the middle of a pounding rainstorm. The next day, they deployed a helicopter to hunt me down. I deliberately took out my phone and exposed my signal on purpose. Their command center quickly locked onto my coordinates, but when the team arrived, I was nowhere to be found, because it was a trap I had set in advance. The moment they spotted the phone on the ground, I set off a flashbang. As the blinding light disoriented them, I burst out from a pile of leaves, tackled a SEAL operator, grabbed his pack, and used the smoke for cover to make a fast getaway. I charged back into the forest and deliberately tossed out the lithium batteries to throw off their timing and disrupt their tracking rhythm. I kept climbing toward the summit, but the SEAL team was closing in fast. I raised my sniper rifle and aimed at them. One squeeze of the trigger and I could have ended it, but they used to be my brothers in arms. In the end, I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger. Instead, I chose to scale a nearly vertical cliff face. Halfway up, a surge of pain shot through my shoulder, and I lost my grip, crashing down as the wound tore open again. By then, the SEAL team had reached the edge of the cliff. When they made it to the top, all they found were sheer drops in every direction. They soon discovered a single bullet standing upright on the ground. That's when they realized I had shown them mercy. That night, I found a cave and treated my wound. I took out one of the flares, lit it, heated my knife blade red hot in the flame, and pressed it directly against the wound to cauterize it. Then I switched on my radio, and it just so happened that the SEAL team leader answered. He thanked me for not taking lethal shots earlier that day and urged me to turn myself in. But the real culprits are still at large, and I must take them down myself. The next morning, I ditched most of my gear and kept moving. They launched a drone to track me. I had just pulled out my map to confirm my route when I noticed the drone hovering over me. I shot it down, but that exposed my position. So I immediately dug into the soft earth and buried the explosives from my pack along the ridgeline, then rigged up a makeshift detonator. Just as I finished setting it up, the SEAL team caught up. Faced with the explosives, they had no choice but to back off slowly. But when I turned around, I saw another unit moving in to box me in. I thought of my little daughter and the woman I love. I thought of my brothers in arms, and I thought of the masterminds who had them killed. I pressed the detonator. With a thunderous blast, the entire ridgeline gave way. Everyone scrambled desperately toward both sides of the mountain to avoid being swallowed. I was swept down the slope by the landslide. Luckily, I managed to break free. I saw one of the operators buried in the mud. I rushed over, pulled her out, and performed emergency aid until she started breathing again. Before the others could reach us, I turned and disappeared into the mountains. And the team leader didn't continue the pursuit. What I have to do next is find the remaining killers and finish my revenge with my own hands.